Here you go.
What's this for?
It's for this month's expenses.
Oh, right. Thanks for working so hard for us.
My pleasure.
But you don't need to go to the trouble of taking out money for me. I can just do it Wait, this is only $300.
Yeah, I know. And?
Is that all?
Yep, why?
Are you telling me to make this last until next month's paycheck?
Yeah, I am. Is that a problem?
Of course it is. I can't pay all our expenses for a month with just $300.
You're a housewife, Hillary. You'll make do with what I give you.
But this isn't even enough to pay the rent.
Trouble Busters!
Okay, now take a deep breath. Next, we'll transition to the camel pose. I think you might want to relax a bit more, Alan. My name is Hillary. I'm 30 years old and I work as a yoga instructor. You shouldn't strain so much when curving your back.
Don't worry about me. I got this. Gah! That didn't sound good. My back.
Alan, are you okay?
Oh, this day can't get any worse.
Okay, well, our time's up for today. Thanks a bunch. We'll see you next time. By the way, Hillary, how's the newlywed life treating you? It's the best.
You sure? If that guy gives you any trouble at all, you can tell us, okay?
Don't worry. He's a perfect gentleman.
Okay, well, just remember that I'm always here if you need to talk.
Thanks, Alan. You'll be the first person I call. Actually, the truth is that there's one thing that's been bothering me lately. A while ago, my husband Serge had me switch the account I get my paycheck deposited into to a new joint savings account he created for the two of us to use together. There was something about that just felt wrong. I didn't think too much of it though, since I was enjoying both my career and my life with Serge. And besides, he was my husband and I trusted him.
Hey, Hillary, can I talk to you about something? It's really important.
What's the matter, Serge?
You know how busy I've been lately, right? I'd like you to become a stay-at-home wife for me starting tomorrow.
What? That's pretty sudden.
I know how much you enjoy your work, Hillary, but with both of us working, things are getting pretty bad around here.
I know, but tomorrow? I can't just up and quit my job all of a sudden like that.
Yeah, I know. I realize what a big thing I'm asking you. But honestly, I really need your support, Hillary.
Oh, Serge.
I've seen how much you've been struggling lately because of me, so I'd like for you to be able to take it easy and focus on working around the house. I don't want you to have to deal with the stress of both the office and housework, Hillary. I want to see you smile again.
All right, Serge. I'll talk to my boss tomorrow. Serge seemed to be sincerely concerned for me, so the next day, I went into my boss's office and told him that I wanted to resign. He was surprised by my sudden announcement and tried to convince me to stay a bunch of times, but he eventually saw how serious I was and let me resign with his blessing. I put in my 2 weeks' notice. And after making sure my replacement would have as easy a time as possible, picking up where I left off, I began my life as a housewife.
Oh, fish again? Can't you make anything with beef or pork? Why is everything you cook so bland? Where's the flavor?
Well, I was trying to be health conscious and use organic, low-sodium seasonings.
Yeah? Well, it tastes like I'm biting into cardboard right now. And one more thing, why don't you ever make any dessert?
I was trying to save money and cut down on carbs. Did you want me to make dessert every day?
Hillary, I gotta say, you are one totally lousy cook for real.
What?
You're a housewife. Cooking and cleaning is your only job. I'm putting in 100% at the office every day, so you need to do your part around the house.
Just 2 weeks after becoming a housewife, Serge's attitude toward me changed completely. It's so bizarre. He started belittling me constantly, mocking me for being a housewife even though he asked me to do this.
Hillary, you seem like you're really down in the dumps lately. Are you feeling okay?
What? Nah, I'm fine. I feel great.
Are you sure?
You seem like you're a lot less energetic than usual.
Oh, I know.
I had a business idea I wanted to run by you. I think it could work out to both of our benefits. You interested? Not right now, thanks. You can tell me about it at another time. That settles it. Something is definitely wrong with you. Tell us what happened, okay? It's just, well, I've had a bunch of stuff on my mind lately is all.
Like what? You can talk to us, Hillary. We'll listen.
After a lot of prodding, I finally broke down and told Melanie and Alan everything that Serge had been doing to me lately. That's terrible! How could he? He clearly has no idea how difficult it is to be a housewife. Wow, it feels great to get that weight off of my chest. Thanks for letting me vent, guys. So, what was that business idea you mentioned, Melanie?
Well, my idea is this.
Melanie then told me all about the idea she had for a great new business plan 2 days after that.
Who do you think you are? After all the hard work I put in so you can live the easy life as a housewife.
What's the matter, Serge? Why are you so angry?
You've been lying about me to your friends, haven't you?
What lies? I haven't lied about you to anyone.
Then why did I hear from Alan that you think I'm being too hard on you?
Oh, that must be when I vented to Melanie and Alan a while back. But that was all the truth. I didn't lie.
Yeah, you did! You made it sound like I'm some kind of overbearing monster of a husband. I was just trying to help you become a better wife, but you're going around telling people I'm an emotional abuser? If I don't point out your flaws, who will? You have no right to get mad at me for your own shortcomings.
But Serge, you were being so mean to me.
Mean? It was the truth! Can't you handle the truth? I had no choice but to be blunt. That's the only way I can get through to you. You should count yourself lucky to have a husband so supportive of your self-improvement.
It was at that point that I made the unfortunate realization that somehow Serge had convinced himself that he was the perfect husband. Then one day, things took a major turn to the bizarre.
Here you go, $300.
What's this for?
It's for this month's expenses.
Oh, right. Thanks for working so hard for us.
No problem.
Wait, did you say month? You meant to say week, right?
No, it's for the whole month.
Are you telling me to make this last until next month's paycheck?
Yeah, I am. Is that a problem?
Of course it is. I can't pay all of our expenses for a month with just $300.
You're a housewife, Hillary. You'll make do with what I give you.
But this is even enough to pay the rent.
If you can't do it, then I don't see any reason to keep you around here anymore.
Hey, where do you think you're going? This conversation is not over. There's no way I can make $300 last for an entire month.
Ugh, would you shut up about money already?
I spent the rest of that evening full of frustration and humiliation. What on earth has gotten into that man lately? Live on just $300 for a whole month? What's he think this is, a reality TV show? I can't even pay our rent with $300, much less groceries and utilities. With no other option, I had to dip into the money I had saved up for myself while I was single. While I was doing my best to scrounge and save, Serge was spending just as much on himself as always.
Hey, Hillary, why aren't you putting on any makeup lately? Your skin has gotten super rough. Why don't you take better care of yourself?
Well, I barely ever leave the house anymore, and I don't have any money to spend on makeup anyway.
Oh, come on! Don't give me that! You've just abandoned your femininity! You should see the new girl in my office. That girl knows how to keep up appearances.
I have neither the time nor the money to be concerned with that. Besides, that girl's probably 15 years younger than me, right?
What's your age got to do with it? She's probably about the same age as you, but just looks younger. I mean, look at you! You're aging like a banana.
Is it fun for you to insult your own wife like this?
Whoa, calm down! Getting angry is just gonna give you even more wrinkles. That's exactly what I'm trying to prevent here. Haven't you been paying attention? Ugh, you're impossible to be around sometimes.
Huh? Where are you going? You've been going out to drink every night.
Yeah, well, being around an angry old maid like you is bad for my mental health. Ugh, middle-aged women are the worst.
I had finally had enough of Serge's verbal abuse, so I called up my friend Melanie to talk to her for a while. Sorry for calling so late.
It's no problem at all. What's up, Hillary?
About the business idea you mentioned before.
Does this mean you're accepting my offer?
Yeah.
Yes! I'm gonna call the CEO and tell him right away.
1 week after my phone call with Melanie, Serge made the rare move of coming home without going out to drinks first.
I'm home!
Wow, you're home early. Did something come up?
Yeah, I just felt like talking to you for a change. Wait a minute, something smells fishy around here.
Really? That's weird. I made chicken for dinner tonight.
I'm talking about your behavior. How dense are you? You're such a bad liar, Hillary. Seriously. You think I don't know?
What are you talking about, Serge?
You're hiding something from me, aren't you?
What? No, not really.
I heard everything, Hillary. I know your old yoga studio is doing a special one-day-only workshop with a popular trainer. The girl at work told me all about it.
And what's that got to do with me?
Stop playing dumb with me. I asked her for a picture of this popular trainer, and she showed me this. Look familiar?
Oh, that kinda looks like me.
It is you! You've been working behind my back! That's why everything's falling apart around here!
But Serge, I needed money.
What? Are you saying what I gave you wasn't enough?
I told you, Serge. $300 isn't anywhere near enough for a full month.
You useless, lazy, good-for-nothing, disgraceful excuse for a housewife. My mom managed to make things work for my family with that much.
Are you sure that's true? She really lived on $300 a month?
Are you calling me a liar? Of course it's true.
You have any proof of that? A bank book or something?
I don't have to prove anything to you. You're my wife.
Extraordinary claims require extraordinary evidence. I don't believe that story for 1 second without any proof. People lie. Numbers don't. Show me some records and maybe I'll believe you.
Check your attitude, Hillary. You're not allowed to work until you take care of things around the house, and that's final. Call up the studio and tell them you're canceling.
No way. The workshop is tomorrow.
I don't care. You're not doing it. Now come on, we're going there in person.
And then Serge dragged me into the garage, forced me into the car, and drove me down to my yoga studio. The staff was utterly shocked by the whole scene. There was nothing I could do but stand there in silence while Serge did all the talking.
So you're gonna have to find a different instructor to do the event tomorrow.
Hold on, just 1 second. We've been planning on this wives class tomorrow for months. Hillary was the face of our advertising. We can't simply swap her out with a new instructor like that. People will be furious.
Don't be ridiculous. Hillary's not that special. Anyone can fill out her shoes.
Hillary, I haven't heard from you yet.
She feels exactly the same way I do. Isn't that right?
As much as I've been looking forward to this event, now that Serge knows, I think it'd be best to cancel. Even if I agreed to continue the event against his objections, he's just crazy enough to barge into the room during the class and ruin everything. That wouldn't just be bad for me, it'd be bad for the studio's image too. Not to mention the students who'd have to witness everything. I have to find a way to keep that from happening.
It's all right. I understand. I guess I've got no choice.
Melanie?
Hillary?
You're fired. I thought this would happen. We may be friends, but Melanie still has her responsibilities to the studio as a business. Given this situation, Melanie is making exactly the right choice. With my messy personal life, employing me just isn't worth the risk they'd be taking on.
I'm afraid that if you're willing to cancel a major event with this short of notice, then we simply can't rely on you anymore. You've lost our trust. As much as it pains me after our long history, please sign your name on this document.
All right.
This is an agreement that you'll never be associated with the studio ever again.
Sweet! Do you hear that? They're banning you from the studio!
You were truly a valuable asset to our studio, and I hate to let you go, but I have to be concerned for the studio's image.
Come on, we're going home.
Serge dropped me off back at home, and after I went inside, I looked out the window to see him, grinning ear to ear as he headed off to his usual bar. Melanie gave me this slip of paper when she held my hand back there. Wow, Melanie is good. Well then, I think it's time for some serious trouble busting. 1 month has passed since the incident at the studio. Serge's attitude hasn't changed in the slightest since then. If anything, he's gotten even worse. Serge, don't you think you're going out to eat way too often?
Nope, not at all. I'm just doing what I need to do to keep from getting stressed out from work.
Aren't you worried about our finances at all?
Excuse me? Handling our finances is your job. I'm the one going to work every day. Why should I have to do your job and mine?
I'm just saying that you're wasting a ton of money on food. That's all. If you cut back by even 50%, it'd make a huge difference.
Maybe if you could cook anything that tastes half decent, I wouldn't have to go out to eat every night.
What do you want me to do? Make Korean barbecue and fried shrimp every day?
Yeah, exactly. So you do know what I like. If you knew, why haven't you been making it for me?
Let's see. What else do you like? Well, there's steak, prime rib, sushi, pizza.
Yeah, I like that stuff too, I guess.
I'm not finished. You're also a big fan of hibachi, caviar, escargot, and fine wine, aren't you?
Hey, what's going on here?
I'm just giving off an abridged list of all the things you've been eating lately.
But how did you know about all that? Have you been spying on me?
You were such a colossal moron, Serge!
You've got some nerve talking to me like that, Hillary!
What else can I say about you? It's the truth! You really don't get it, do you? Man, how did I ever put up with such a stupid man for this long?
Oh, I'm the stupid one, am I? You think you're so smart? You can't cook, you can't manage your finances, you can't even keep the house clean. What kind of idiot can't even push a frickin' mop?
Are you blaming me for not being able to meet your demand of living on just $300 a month?
You got that right! Did you think I was gonna let you waste all my hard-earned money on whatever stupid nonsense you wanted to buy?
I don't want to hear about wasting money from a guy who goes out to eat 5 nights a week. Do you have any idea how much you're spending on food in a month?
What I do with my money is none of your concern, Hillary! I'm the only one bringing in money, so what I say goes!
What's that? You think you're the only one bringing in any money?
Well, duh! I made you quit your stupid yoga teaching job, didn't I?
That's an interesting theory, but we'll come back to that later. Before that, would you mind explaining why you always get 2 meals whenever you go out? Are you really that hungry? You're eating like a high school athlete.
Oh, that, well...
I get it. You're just making sure you have the energy to keep up at work, right?
Yeah, it's for work, right!
Wow. You must be really dedicated to your job, Serge.
Yeah, I am.
Paying for 2 meals every day at expensive restaurants? I've never met anyone so invested in their work.
Hey, wait a minute. How do you know all this?
You really are an idiot, Serge. Every time I do the laundry, I empty your pockets and find all the receipts for the restaurants you're going to.
Oh no! I left them in there?
Yep, you sure do. I know exactly what you've been eating and where.
Okay, well listen. I was gonna have those meals expensed.
What? You were gonna try to get your company to pay for your own personal meals? I knew you were stupid, but now I learn you're stupid and greedy.
Shut up! Don't forget that this is all your fault for being the lousy cook, Hillary!
Ah, yes. Here we are once again. I wondered when you'd fall back on that. It's all my fault, isn't it? When are you ever gonna learn to take responsibility for your own actions, you immature, greedy, lying moron?
I said shut up! All of this is your fault! You don't bring in any money! You got no right to talk to me like that! Get out of my house!
Well, I was already planning to leave, but I'm actually making around $3,000 a month right now.
What? There's no way you make that much!
I know. It must be a terrible shock to hear that I'm making way more than you, isn't it?
But how are you doing that? You got kicked out of the studio, didn't you?
Nope. I can come and go as I please.
Huh?
Look closely.
Isn't this the agreement you signed and never go to the studio again?
Didn't anyone ever tell you to read the fine print, Serge? You're the one who got banned from the studio.
Oh no, you're right! But at the studio, that green-haired girl said you were fired!
Oh, that? I thought so at the time too, but when Melanie grabbed my hand at the end, she also passed me a memo that explained the whole thing. Now then, let's continue. You want to know how I was able to make $3,000 a month? See what it says at the top? Online instructor?
There's no way you could make $3,000 as an online yoga instructor.
You can, actually. I'm doing it right now, aren't I? And I managed to do it all while keeping up with the housework, too. Not only is it convenient for my students, but I can work at my own pace, so it's super convenient for me, too.
But it's just yoga! How can you make $3,000 a month with yoga?
Well, it just so happens that I'm actually a way more popular instructor than I ever realized. Almost as soon as we opened up for reservations, I was fully booked. I also started writing a column in a national yoga magazine, as well as started up a new health consultancy business. It turns out that there's quite the market of people looking for good advice about how to eat healthy and exercise. And all the income from that business is on top of my yoga instructor pay. Would you like to hear the total?
Not really.
Let's see here. Add this, subtract this, and then, well, suffice it to say that it's a lot. Even if I wanted to quit my yoga instruction someday, I'd be perfectly fine living off just my side business. Serge was paralyzed with shock. He tried to talk, but his voice wouldn't come out. So he just stood there, lips trembling, impotent, and ashamed. But I wasn't through with him yet. Here comes round 2. Now, let's go back and talk about your eating habits, shall we? I've been noticing some other strange withdrawals from our account. Do you have any idea what that may be?
No! I have no idea! Not the slightest clue!
I figured you'd say that, so I had you checked out. You've been calling in sick to work and spending all your time and money on dates with another woman. All those restaurant meals were dates with your mistress, weren't they?
No, she's... My boss's daughter! He told me to look after her while he was away on business. It's not like I enjoyed it or anything. She was a real pain!
You looked pretty happy going into this hotel, wouldn't you say? And by the way, I talked to your mom the other day. Did you know that your mom got a lot of help from her parents? You used to brag about this to me all the time, so I know you haven't forgotten that her parents were big-time investors.
That can't be true!
Oh, but it's true. Your father racked up quite a sizable debt before he died, with all the money he spent on his mistresses. She had to ask her parents for help paying it off, and was so ashamed by the whole affair that she swore she would never tell you about it.
No! That's not true! My dad was a perfect gentleman. He was always faithful to my mom.
She was so disappointed to hear what you've become. She said that if she knew you'd turn out this way, she would have told you the truth. She thought she was protecting you from her father's influence by hiding it, but she now realizes that was a mistake.
Hey, Mom, that story you told Hillary was all made up, right?
Serge's mom immediately started tearing into him. The phone wasn't even on speaker and I could hear everything she said.
Mom says she wants to talk to you.
Hillary, I'm so sorry for what a disgraceful man my son is. It is entirely my fault that he turned into such an unthinking, uncaring monster. You are far too good of a woman for him. He doesn't deserve to have you by his side. You can leave him anytime you'd like, and I wouldn't blame you at all. If you need any help getting away from him, let me know and I'll do whatever I can.
Thanks a lot, Mom. Would you like to speak to Serge again?
I have nothing more to say to that boy. I'm ashamed to call him my son.
You must have brainwashed her or something!
Brainwash?
Yeah, you brainwashed her with yoga, didn't you?
Just when I think you couldn't possibly get any dumber, you go and say something as stupid as that? Well, I've had just about enough of your idiocy for one lifetime. You're getting your wish, Serge. I'm getting out of your house. You seem determined to become just like your father, so I don't want to be anywhere near you once you go into debt.
Wait, please, Hillary, wait! Give me a chance! I was wrong about you, I'm sorry!
We've talked more than enough, and I've already given you countless chances. Don't waste your time with begging and pleading. I'm not wasting any more time on you.
Come on, let me explain, please! You're the only girl out there for me, Hillary!
Oh yeah?
Being with her made me realize what a great woman you are! I don't want some young bimbo. I want a mature, feminine woman!
Oh, I'm sorry. Didn't you tell me before that I had abandoned my femininity?
I was just trying to make you happy. You're my greatest treasure!
You've been doing nothing but heaping insults on me ever since I quit my job.
I was just teasing you! You know that guys often tease the girls they like.
That wasn't teasing, Serge. That was plain old emotional abuse.
Wait! Oh, I got it! You've got nowhere to go! You'll be homeless if you leave me now!
I must have forgotten to mention it earlier. With the income from my business, I actually bought a high-rise condo downtown. I've been making preparations to leave you ever since I found out you were cheating on me. Remember what they say about a woman scorned, Serge?
Oof!
And with that, goodbye. Sayonara. Hasta la vista, baby.
Hillary, no! Don't go!
After that, Serge's mom hooked me up with a lawyer who handled the divorce for me, so I never had to see Serge again. I also got a massive settlement from both Serge and his mistress for their affair. 1 month later, I heard Serge got evicted from his apartment the other day, Hillary.
Really?
Yeah, not only was he behind on rent payments, but there's constant complaints about the smell coming from his room. I guess he was screaming, "It's not my fault!" while the police dragged him out. Yeah, that sounds just like him. Plus, one of his colleagues saw the whole incident, including Serge screaming at the police officers. He told Serge's boss about it, and since his performance has been declining for some time anyway, he got fired on the spot. Everything happening all at once, Dan, took such a toll on his mental health that he's now convinced he can see ghosts, and his apartment is haunted. Sounds like a happy ending. Me and Melanie met up and had a good laugh about everything that happened. I owe her so much. It's thanks to her quick thinking and loyalty to me that I was able to get away from Serge. Let this serve as a warning to any men out there who think they can go around treating their wives worse than hired help. You'd better watch out if you don't want to end up like Serge here did. Healthy, delicious meals, well-ironed shirts and pants, a clean house, Don't you ever forget who's responsible for making all of that happen for you. Make sure you never lose your sense of gratitude, or else you might find yourself on the receiving end of some major trouble busting. Until next time, Trouble Busters!